On to Project Canvas, which is a curtailment and network voltage analysis study, which provided socio-technical insights into energy user experiences of voltage-related curtailment of distributed energy resources, or DER, such as DPV and home batteries. And part of this study looked into the compliance of the inverters that are part of the AGL Virtual Power Plant, or VPP, dataset, to examine their compliance with the standard SAPN TS129. And this slide shows an example of what you might call a good inverter, which shows a volt-var response that closely matches the table to the right, where for voltages above 248, the reactive power output is curtailed up to a level of 60% at 253 volts. And unfortunately, the number of compliant inverters in the AGL VPP dataset is small, where the majority showed a response as per this figure here, which shows no, it certainly isn't compliant with SAPN's TS129 standard, and would be interpreted as no response at all. And this is most likely explained by the fact that the SAPN's TS129 standard was only introduced after 2019, where the majority of these inverters were installed prior to 2019. And as to why PQRMs are iniquitous. And so for a feeder that has high penetration DPV, the nature of the feeder is such that the voltage will increase along the length of the feeder. And that means that the further you are from the distribution transformer, or the DTX, then the more likely it is that you are going to experience a PQRM response, compared to if you are at the front of the feeder. And as a result, the PQRM response is not equitable, as in if you are further along the feeder, then you are more likely to experience a PQRM response. The South Australian Power Network, or SAPN, has introduced flexible export limits to address this inequity of PQRMs, where it assigns an equal kilowatt export limit to each household. But for both PQRMs and for SAPN's new flexible export limits standard, they do both still limit self-consumption, as the control of these two standards is implemented at the inverter instead of being implemented at the connection between the household and the grid.